So I'll put on my English hat since I will be speaking English. And before we start, just two terms that might be useful during this consecutive. I will be mentioning the European Broadcasting Union, the EBU, which in Spanish is the Unión Europea de Radiodifusión. And I will be mentioning voting blocks. So these two things might help. And so we can begin. If I can find my speech. Okay, we'll begin now. One of the world's longest running television programs, up to 600 million viewers. It has launched the careers of famous stars, nearly caused countries to go bankrupt, and even played a role in national revolutions. You might think I'm referring to the Olympics or the FIFA World Cup, but you would be wrong. Today, I'm going to talk to you all about the Eurovision Song Contest. Despite its enormous popularity, it is not well known outside of Europe, and even in Europe, not everybody knows a lot about it. So let me take you on a fascinating journey. The contest, generally referred to simply as Eurovision, dates back to 1956. As Europe was turning a new leaf and leaving the war years behind, a group of national broadcasters decided to create a contest that would bring Europeans together in a spirit of friendly competition. The European Broadcasting Union, or EBU, took its inspiration from the well-known Sanremo Song Festival in Italy and decided to use the magical new medium of television to establish a song contest that would be broadcast live and simultaneously in 7 countries. At the time, it was a novel concept. 7 countries watching the same broadcast at the same time. It was modern and futuristic. In fact, at the time, most people didn't even have a television set and they had to tune in on their radios. Fast forward to the present day, and Eurovision has grown beyond what anyone could have imagined. From 7 participating countries back in 1956, the contest now hosts 43 national representatives. But I am getting a bit ahead of myself. So first of all, let's see how the contest actually works. Now, I'm going to simplify a bit, but these are the basics. Every year, each country chooses a song and a singer that will represent it at Eurovision. They perform the song at a live show, and viewers at home send in their votes to choose the winner. But voting for your own country is not allowed, so no cheating. There is also a professional jury, and all of these votes are tallied together to form a final score. The highest number of points that a song can get is 12. Since the points were traditionally read out in French and English, generations of Europeans have learned to say 12 points, even if they know nothing else in French. The winner receives a trophy, and the winning country gets to host the competition the following year. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? And yet it's not always so simple, as we'll see. But first of all, who participates in Eurovision? Originally, it was only a few Western European countries. But the contest is actually open to any country that is a member of the EBU, which includes some of Europe's neighbors in North Africa and the Eastern Mediterranean. In the early 1970s, before we had Google and easy access to information, someone in Israel happened to find a brochure from the EBU and realized that they could take part. So in 1973, Israel made its debut and has remained an enthusiastic participant ever since. In 1980, Morocco sent a contestant, and it was the first time that Arabic was heard on the Eurovision stage. Sadly, they came in last place, and so far, they have never returned. As the Iron Curtain fell, the countries of Eastern Europe began to join in. They saw Eurovision as a way to show that they were also cool and modern. This extended as far as Armenia, a country that geographically is entirely in Asia. In 2016, as Eurovision celebrated its 60th anniversary, Australia was invited as a special guest. Now, why Australia, you might wonder? Well, it turns out the contest is very popular down under on the other side of the world, although viewers have to get up very early to watch due to the time difference. This was such a success that Australia has remained a participant every year since. So as you can see, Eurovision has grown far beyond Europe's borders. And in case all of this seems very abstract, you are certainly familiar with some of the music. ABBA's Waterloo, which is now a classic, was a Eurovision winner. Celine Dion's career was launched when she won the contest on behalf of Switzerland, and even Julio Iglesias has graced the Eurovision stage. I will pause here for my interpreters to do their consecutive.